This is Comedy Central.
We are in show booty business.
We're not afraid, we're terrified. We're not alone, we're petrified. Talk to me, walk with me. Talk the talk, walk the walk. Laugh the laugh, heal the scratch. Shut up and talk, shut up and talk, shut up and talk. You know, before I say my monologue, Gila, what are you wearing on your head?
It's a schmata.
What are you doing wearing that thing on your head?
It's my style, man.
Well, wait a second. What about the glasses? You're indoors.
Yeah, but this light is shining in my eye.
What about the fake Southern accent? What's that about?
Southern Philadelphia, man.
Wait, so you have the black person's do-rag, the surfer's glasses, and the Southern Elvis Presley type accent.
Ben, this is cable. I mean, I can tell you to fuck off at any point.
Okay, so that's the answer.
That's the answer.
Okay,
Man.
all right, I just wanted to know. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, some years ago, and I was watching a show called Saturday Night Live, there was an incredibly funny guy on it named Norm Macdonald. Just incredibly, unbelievably funny guy. Later, on MTV, he played one of the very, very, very funniest, most hilarious imitations of a person I've ever seen doing Bob Dole. I mean, it was not just funny, it was scream, lose your mind, throw up, pass out, unable to catch your breath funny. And somehow he was so funny that he got fired from Saturday Night Live. And I don't think I've ever seen anyone funnier than he was on Saturday Night Live. And I guess because he told the truth on Saturday Night Live, they made him leave Saturday Night Live, but I'm not allowed to talk about that very much on this show. So, but anyway, then they fired him from that, and he floundered for about, I don't know, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, and then he led himself to sitcom stardom on the ABC super funny show Norm. Somehow, his is a story of the price you pay for honesty in Hollywood. You go from being moderately rich to being very rich. And we're going to discuss the price you pay for success in Hollywood with our wonderful, hilarious guest. Please welcome Norm Macdonald. G-Love, very funny guys, very funny guys.
Man.
And Jeff.
That's the best band on TV.
Jeff, I think so. Jeff, who comes from Angola State Prison.
You know what always struck me out about prison?
Yeah.
Is when the worst part about prison to me is not the loss of freedom, which is terrible, I suppose.
Yes.
It's not, being away from your loved one. Anal rape would be the
that
worst,
sounds
right?
terrible.
And yet, they never mention that when they sentence you. You know what I mean?
They don't say you're sentenced to be anally raped by a big giant guy who's your roommate and all his friends. A big giant guy
I know.
who's your roommate and all his friends.
I know, they don't mention that.
And yet you would think that would be part of the punishment.
You imagine if you went there, if you weren't street smart like me, showed up, and you get anally raped the first night, you know what I mean? And you'd be like shocked.
I know.
You see the guy in the cafeteria the next day, you're like, you're way out of line, pal, way out of line. That's ridiculous.
Now, talking...
Good mind to go to the warden about this.
When you were doing Bob Dole, what were you trying to say about him? I mean, you're saying the guy is intense, out of his mind, crazy.
He reminds me a lot of my dad, and I saw, because my dad was in the war, and I just liked him because he's not a natural politician, not a campaigner, you know what I mean? More an inward guy,
But what was your dad like? I mean,
he was like very, My dad was very, like, no nonsense.
Well, give us an example.
I remember once
this
my
is in
dad,
Canada,
my
right?
dad, when I was a kid, I used to watch, remember the show Twilight Zone?
Sure.
My dad wouldn't watch anything like fantastical at all, you know, nothing. He wouldn't even watch fiction. He just wanted to watch the news.
Why is that?
Because he said, like, if you watch the news and then you watch a crazy show, then you'll get them mixed up. You know?
What did you say?
He was no nonsense. So I'm watching the Twilight Zone, which was, that was the worst show to him because it was so crazy. You know the Twilight Zone?
Sure, know it well. It's a great
So
show.
I'm watching with my brother, right? We're watching it, we're kids. And then my dad walked down. He saw the TV with the Twilight Zone. He recognized it as the Twilight Zone. He said, I suppose that, he pointed at a character in the Twilight Zone. He goes, I suppose that one's a goddamn ghost.
And what did you say to that?
It kind of ruined it, you know.
Now, where did you grow up? In Canada, right?
Yeah, Canada, Quebec City.
Now, why do so many Canadians find their way down here to America? Is it because we have lots of money and cute girls?
Yeah, Canada's not a very good country.
What's wrong with it?
It's kind of like, it hasn't got enough people in it, you know?
Now, are your parents living?
My mom, it's a mixed marriage. My mom is alive and my dad's dead.
Now, before he died, did your dad live to see you become a star?
No.
No, but your mother's lived to see you become a star.
Yeah.
Does she love it? Does she call you up every night and say, God, I'm proud of you, son?
No, she's happy. My brother is in journalism, and so he's a bit more serious. You know?
Where is he?
He lives in Israel.
You're kidding.
No, he lives in Israel. He's a foreign
You don't look
correspondent
at all
for the CBC.
Jewish.
I'm not Jewish. I mean, I shouldn't have said it like that.
No, I wasn't going to ask you for money for the UJA. I mean, I wasn't going to ask you if you'd lend me money or anything, or ask you if you could get me another suit like this one wholesale or anything. So, but does your mother like say, God, I'm so proud of you? She does, right? She calls.
Yeah, she's very happy. She's going to come next week and visit.
Really?
Maybe you can meet her. She's a nice lady.
I'd like to meet her. We have to now do something crass that we in America do because we don't have government-supported TV. We're going to go to a commercial break. When we come back, we're going to talk to Norm Macdonald about not making any compromises for our art. Right, Norm? For our art. For our art.
Yeah.
For our art.
I got someone to check, just can't rest. I can't wait until tomorrow.
Sunday is a full day of destruction with a BattleBot Season 2.0 Destructathon. It's 8 hours of maniacal mechanical mayhem.
You know what I say? Maniacal is good.
The BattleBot Season 2.0 Destructathon starts Sunday at 2, only on Comedy Central, the leader in robotic sports.
The 75 Civic was first in Honda's long line of clean cars. Today, more than 88% of our cars are low-emission vehicles. And we're planning for tomorrow with our zero-emission fuel cell vehicle. Is it any wonder Honda was recently named the cleanest car company in the world?
Come on, let's go.
Sweetie, I'm sorry. I can't stay on the line. We're going to miss our flight. Well, I wish you could go too. Yes, I know how much you love Walt Disney World, but we can't take you with us this time. Well, for one thing, I don't think your wife and children would appreciate it.
Okay.
If you think a Walt Disney World vacation isn't the same without the kids, you're absolutely right. Call 1407-WDisney and make the dream come true.
Welcome to the Miller Lite Racing Garage. This could be your chance to win the ultimate race fan experience.
Grab your Miller Lite Racing VIP hard card, and you could be the lucky winner who gets to race by day and party by night. You'll fly to Vegas and spend all day learning how to drive a stock car. And after a few laps around the track, you and your friends will get to hang out in the party pit at the Miller Lite Racing Garage. So pick up your Miller Lite Racing VIP hard card in the specially marked packages at Miller Lite. Taste the victory. It's Miller time.
Lenny Kravitz's greatest hits. For the first time ever. All of Lenny's greatest hits on one. Lenny's current smash hit, Again. And when you order Lenny Kravitz's Greatest Hits, the CD, with your credit card or by check debit. You will also receive Lenny Kravitz's Greatest Hits, the videos, featuring 14 of Lenny's greatest music videos. Both the CD and the video for only $19.98. Only through this special TV offer.
Adam and Jimmy teach Little Leaguers the fundamentals of baseball.
Bunt, steal, take, squeeze, suicide, squeeze, and I was born to rock.
The Man Show. New episode Sunday at 10. Only on Comedy Central.
I'm telling you, that dream's driving me crazy. I've been having it ever since Taylor got engaged to Danny.
How on earth could Taylor have a crush on you?
What are you talking about? You dated me.
How on earth could I have dated you?
Hey, I tell you what, why don't you have some snacks there instead of talking, huh?
It's empty.
Hey, Wiener Dog, can you bring me in some chips? Not poker chips, potato chips. You have to explain every little thing to him, you know?
Norm, for God's sake, he's a dog.
It's not that he doesn't understand. He doesn't listen.
We're back to Turn Ben Stein On, and I'm here with Norm Macdonald, a very, very funny guy, star of a gigantic sitcom called, well, it's called Worm. Oh, no, it's called Norm, sorry. We're discussing compromises. Now, Norm, how'd you know you wanted to be a comedian? I mean, or maybe you don't want to be one? Maybe you'd rather be, rather be Barbra Streisand.
No, I never knew. I just always enjoyed watching comedy, you know?
And so when did you start doing your first comedic gags for money?
I was working in Canada as I had different like manual labor jobs, and then they had what do you call it, an amateur night at a comedy club.
Mm-hmm.
So I just went there. Everybody sucked there, so I said I could suck too, you know.
So were you funny?
No, I wasn't that funny.
Well, I'm going to be like a lawyer, okay?
Yeah.
And I'm going to now read you some of your own words and ask you if you remember them. Because I have to prepare for every show I do. I am, by training, a lawyer and economist, so I have to prepare. I don't just wing it like Larry King.
Right.
I come in and I prepare. So I was reading these. And
Larry King does no research.
I know, he does no research at all. He's famous for that. And he gets $8 million a year. He told me that on the air. Yeah, $8 million a year. Well, to you, that's nothing. To me, that's a fantastic amount. But anyway, these are, and so I was reading some of Norm's comments, and my wife said, "What's all this insane laughing?" I said, "Well, in Washington State, elementary school teacher Mary Kay Letourneau pleaded guilty to having sex with a 6th grade student. Letourneau has been branded a sex offender, or as the kids refer to her,
greatest teacher ever."
Yeah, exactly. Carney Wilson, formerly of Wilson Phillips, says that her talk show will be different from other talk shows in that she will treat her guests with respect and dignity.
And then eat them?
Right, exactly. Now, and Kenny G released his Christmas album this week. Happy birthday, Jesus.
Hope you like crap.
These are wonderful, fabulous, funny stories. Now, do you make these up? How do you come up with these?
Well, because when I used to host Weekend Update on SNL, so every week we had to get like 10 minutes of jokes.
Uh-huh.
So then during the week, just read the papers, try to think up what's funny.
Now, you have a kind of a gift for offending people, right?
What?
Don't you think you do?
Yeah, no, sometimes I like to, I try to be nice all the time, but sometimes by mistake, I'll offend people.
But you get a lot out of it. I mean, it's sort of the way your father used to offend you, right? You sort of play it back to the larger world.
I never thought of it. That sounds like a psychologist.
Well, I am by nature a psychologist. Now, when you were making Saturday Night Live late night type money, and then suddenly you started making sitcom type money.
Yeah.
Big giant difference, right?
You make more, yeah.
So what's the first thing you bought with your first big whopping sitcom check?
Well, I don't own a lot. I don't drive car.
You don't drive a car?
No, and I just have a little apartment, and I don't know what to get. Like, I go to a store, and I walk through, everything looks the same to me. I don't know, man.
So you don't buy anything?
Sometimes I buy stuff, but then it's in a big heavy box. I have to take it home, and then I take it out of the box. I go, what the f do I do now? So
you live by yourself?
I just live alone with my
You have a dog?
I have a cat.
What kind?
A little cat I found. They were gassing for cats in my neighborhood.
You're kidding.
That's what this lady said, and there was a cat. There was a cat hidden. I say, hey man, is this cat? She goes, yeah, they're gassing for cats. So I said, oh my Lord.
So you saved the cat?
Well, yeah, I didn't save it. It probably would have been fine without me, but he lives in my house now.
All right, we're going to have to sell some products. When we return, we're going to ask Norm Macdonald some questions, unless we fire him during the break.
Stick around for Saturday Night Live, followed by Strangers with Candy, only on Comedy Central.
Chronograph style instrumentation. Introducing the High Performance IS from Lexus. Totally unexpected. For an incredible value, just show.
So hip, pretty baby. This is hip, pretty baby. All messed around, fell in love.
Jack Daniel's Grill, only on Fridays.
As a real estate agent, my appearance is crucial. I just didn't like the idea of putting on a suit and seeing more and more hair loss each day. So I made one of the most important calls of my career to 1-800-HAIR-CLUB. I got their free brochure, and I picked the hair loss option that was best for me. Now I feel younger, I think I look better, and my wife fell in love with me all over again.
His hair looks so great, people just can't tell. Our friends, our neighbors, even my mom didn't know he did anything. He looks better than the day we got married.
Call 1-800-HAIR-CLUB today.
Excuse me, ladies.
That our young people are bad.
I knew it! The Man Show, every Sunday at 10, only on Comedy Central.
Norm has managed to keep his job during that break, and it was a close-run thing. We're talking about compromises. G-Love, have you had to make any serious compromises here in Hollywood?
I don't know, just like maybe you have to play a song you didn't want to play.
That's a tough one.
It is.
Wow, that's brutal. Wow, you guys suffer. Wow, you suffer for your art. Now, anyway, is there a lot of network?
This guy had the guys on Santa Monica Boulevard to get the show.
Not a lot of guys. Not a lot of guys. One guy. Okay. Now, is there a lot of network interference in the writing of the sitcom you work on?
Sitcom. You know, when I worked on Saturday Night Live, the producer Lorne Michaels was a good guy. He let me do whatever I wanted.
He did?
Yeah.
As you could do whatever you wanted, but he could always fire you.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But on a sitcom, it's different. You got to, you know, because I guess it's on prime time. You got to do what they want.
This is not on primetime. This is on cable. So I'm going to ask you some questions that have been emailed to us on our website. These are real ones. These are not made up.
All right.
Okay. Hey, Norm. This is from a guy named Bobby. Hey, Norm, you kick ass. The show rules, too. And whenever you're on Dennis Miller Live or other good talk shows, you always talk about and stuff. That's hilarious. Anyway, I was wondering how well you knew Chris Farley and if you and he were good friends or just co-workers. Well, take care, Bobby.
I knew Chris Farley real good. He was a good friend of mine.
Is he a great guy?
Great guy, yeah. One of the funniest guys ever.
Yeah.
Because he was a guy who could make an old guy, a young guy laugh, you know what I mean? A kid, an old guy, a real dumb guy, real smart guy.
Could make anybody laugh.
Could make anybody laugh, which is very rare, but he was a good man, and I worked with him. He did, the last thing he ever did was he did a movie with me called Dirty Work.
Were you totally shocked when he died?
Yeah, I like Dirty Work. Yeah, I was shocked when he died. Other people said, like, they saw it coming and everything, but I'm always shocked, even though I know you're going to die, because even, like, you go to a doctor, all the doctor can really tell you after your checkup is you're not going to die right away. You know?
Oh, you're not going to die right away. That's right.
They can't say, hey, good news, we got your test back, you're immortal. You know what I mean? You're going to die. They can just tell you, you don't have a big black thing inside you right now.
Which might be different if you're in prison, right? Okay, now here's another. All right, here's the question. What is your opinion of David Hasselhoff?
Oh, David Hasselhoff? Well, I had a theory for a while that Germans love David Hasselhoff. And and I still believe that to be true. It's a theory I've been working on for a while, and I've been keeping clippings and stuff from newspapers whenever I get any evidence that supports my assertion that Germans love David Hasselhoff.
It makes a lot of sense. Okay, now here's another question. This is from, it's from Lewis. Norm, I am a big fan of yours. Ever since your routine years ago on A&E Evening at the Improv, the killer dog routine you did was hilarious. My friend and I debate over why you left Saturday Night Live. He said you were forced out for excessive cursing on the show. I say you left because that show sucks and kills careers ever since all the other good people left. Which one of us is right, if any of us are? And if none of us are right, why did you leave SNL?
Oh, yeah. Well, I just left that. They fired me off the Weekend Update segment, and then I quit the rest of the show.
All right, one last commercial break. I promise it won't hurt a bit. Stay tuned for more Norm Macdonald's Talk with me about no compromises.
On the next strip mall, the beauty of matrimony
Take your hands off my husband.
meets the miracle of life.
I'm going in.
New episode of Strip Mall, Sunday at 10:30, only on Comedy Central.
The music was called Soul.
So let's hear it. My heart is crying, crying, crying.
The singers were legends.
The Supremes. So let's
The groups were unforgettable.
The Temptations.
Introducing Ed Sullivan's Rock and Soul Classics, new on home video. You'll get the greatest soul performances of all time.
I won't let sorrow hurt me, not like it's hurt me before.
Every classic soul video is digitally mastered for the best picture ever.
I feel good. I knew that I wouldn't.
$99. Then you'll have a chance to preview other great videos. Keep only those you want. Cancel anytime. Remember, Call in the next 10 minutes and we'll send you 2 rock and soul classics for only $9.99. Ed Sullivan's Rock and Soul Classics is not available in stores, so don't miss out on this once-in-a-lifetime collection. Call now.
Call 1-800-516-6644 to order Ed Sullivan's Soul Classics for only $9.99. Use your credit card and get a second video free. That's 1-800-516-6644. Or send $9.99 plus $3.99 shipping and handling to the address on your screen. Call now.
Sunday is a full day of destruction with a BattleBots Season 2.0 Destructathon. Starting at 2, you'll see BattleBots. At 2:30, you'll see BattleBots. At 3, you'll still see BattleBots. And at 3:30, you'll see BattleBots again. You'll also see BattleBots at 4, 4:30, 5, 5:30, 6, and 6:30. Plus, 3-hour-long BattleBots at 7, 8, and 9. And at 10, The Man Show. The BattleBots Season 2.0 Destructathon starts Sunday at 2. Only on Comedy Central, the leader in robotic sports. And now, a message of vital importance from The Daily Show.
I'm Jon Stewart. I recently read a survey that said that 30 to 40% of Americans get their news from late-night comedy shows. And I just want to say one thing to those people. Don't do that! We make things up!
For more vital important messages, watch The Daily Show with Jon Stewart weeknights at 11 only on Comedy Central.
We don't know what we're doing!
My guest, we're back with him. His name is Norm Macdonald. During the break, he's become even more funny and famous. Now, you recently gave a speech at the University of Iowa, and I'm told that 80% of the audience walked out. What could you possibly have said to them to make 80% of them walk out?
Well, it wasn't a speech. It was like some stand-up.
Yeah, well, what did you say to them?
I was just talking, like, I don't have my stand-up act. I just talk about whatever I'm thinking about.
Mm-hmm.
So
what'd you say
at the
to them?
time, it was about having sex with animals.
Uh-huh.
But it wasn't, like, weird. It was like, I'm not in
Of course
favor.
not.
I'm not in favor of it. But I was just talking about it because I thought it was odd. Like, they have a word for it, bestiality. And nobody I know has ever done it. Nobody I know, you know what I mean? I've never known anybody that's ever known anybody that's ever had sex with animals. But a lot of people are having sex with animals on account of they got that word, bestiality. It's in the dictionary. It ain't easy to get a word in the dictionary.
So somebody's doing it.
Somebody's got to be going, hey, man, you've been some animals? Hey, we got to come up with a word, whatever. So I can't remember what joke, but it was some joke about, like, I said, I feel sorry for the animal because, you know, they get to have sex with a super hot lady, and then the next day they bring him back with another pig. You know, because the pig initially, he was having sex with another pig. He didn't know. He was, hey, this is a nice looking, it's a nice looking thing. But then they go, you know. And then I also said I feel sorry for, imagine if you watch one of those video, you know, of a guy, a pig having sex with a woman, and then you recognize that, hey, isn't that woman that wouldn't go out with me? Anyway, it was just harmless jokes.
For a guy like you, is there any taboo subject in comedy? Now, speaking anywhere, but suppose you're speaking at University of Southern California, not Iowa.
I would not do, when I was on Update, I would not do any jokes about black Muslims.
Why is that?
I was afraid that maybe they would kill me.
Now, you have children, right, by your previous marriage?
I have a boy, yeah, a little boy.
How old is he?
He's 8 years old.
Now, would you like him to go into stand-up?
Stand-up comedy?
Yeah.
It's
a good job, isn't it?
It's not, it's kind of tough on 8-year-olds.
Yeah, well, maybe when he got older.
Maybe when he gets older, you know.
Would you, if you went to see him talk and he told you that joke started telling you a joke about the pig, would you be offended or would you say, son, that's a great joke. I'm so proud I told you that joke.
I would laugh at that joke because it's not, as long as a joke doesn't promote a bad thing. You know, you can comment.
So this sort of
you can comment on a bad thing. You can do a joke about cigarettes. It doesn't mean you want people to smoke.
You're actually discouraging women from having sex with pigs, right?
Exactly. I am against it. I am solidly against it.
Okay, well, on that note, thank you, Norm Macdonald, for being here. Thank you very, very, very much, and it's an honor to have you on the show. What we offer do now is we each do 10 push-ups. What? Yes, we do 10 push-ups. Yes, you have to go over there. Do what? 10 push-ups.
Watching Comedy Central. Up next, it's Saturday Night Live.
Talk the talk, walk the walk, laugh the laugh, heal the scratch, shut up and talk.